Welcome back, Generals, to another Let's Fix Generals 0 Hour to make the best game ever. Good, so, a new work session, new pull requests. Yeah. Okay, that one didn't compile. Okay. Good, let's see. I think the next one we want to merge is this guy here. It has succeeded, yeah. Fixed gen minor ZH, yeah. Let me double check that. How it looks, yeah. Yeah. Good, then, we need to approve it first. Looks good. Squash and match. There we go. And now pointer tests in that and that. Okay, that is done. Next. Then I would say we there was one thing I wanted to note in scroll speeds, I think. I think the input. Let me see. It was I suspect the scroll the speeds are tied to how message frame tick works. It currently is pushed into the commands, to the command lists from game clients updates, which means for every logic frames there can be a number. For every logic frames there can be a number of variable number of ticks that multiply the effects. That multiply the control. Okay. Message frame tick. Okay, fix crash when exiting. Let me see what is currently approved. Approved. That's a lot of stuff approved here. Okay. I think this one is safe to merge. Okay, got that. I think we can match these guys. Let me take a look at this one more time. Resolve. So if it wasn't for this call bad commands, then I think it means you could control stuff in the replay, right? Yeah. Maybe. I think this can be actually improved here. We can say if that, else if this, right? Let me see. Let's first do this one though. Game client. Game client updates. Speeds are tied to how it currently is pushed into the command list from game client. Logic frame, there can be a variable number of ticks that multiply the control. Okay, so message clear game data. Let me see that. Begin meta messages, begin network message. Frame tick. Begin network messages. This logic CSC. Okay. I think what we can do is you can put an else if here. Yeah. Can do else if here. Let's go there. It's it's this one, right? Yeah. Let's search for this. Okay. Else if. Let me cancel the build straight away. Let me remove debug. Approved. This fix might fix those getting stuck at scaffolds they want to build and or units that get stuck at the hitbox. Don't think so. Structure needs a locomotor. Following are the initial stack report and screen cap of Ventiva. Yeah, it's really shocking that Pathfinder would crash. Not. Yeah. I also suggest add new ones. If old ones are meant to be removed, then this can be a separate change. Changing the existing ones risks breaking builds. Labels built. Good. So we have locally built this shit. Then minor optimization in that. Okay, before we test that, I think we should first... we can't. I think we need to cherry pick this commit and this one and this one. Yeah. And then and then we compile this one more time. I would say we merge after much after that. This one as well. Okay, let me run the build once more. Okay. Okay. Exit game. Okay, that works. Let me double check one more time. I'm putting a breakpoint in here, which doesn't work because it's compiled out. Okay, optimized. Oh, that's a shame. That's a shame. Oh, this is generals, I just realized. Oops, I was a bit too late. Excellent. surprised that we can just delete the message like this. I guess it will, on instruction, it will handle this. And on the instruction, it will relink. Yeah. No. Remove message. Ah, yeah, okay, there are lists. I see. Okay. So you can delete elements while you iterate that thing. Yeah. Okay, cool. Good, then we can reset all these and push it. Fixed. Good. Okay. Regarding this one here, resource. Let's see. Discussions. Tech. Which exe CSC should be faked? So we have a generals CD 1.08. We have a generals the first decade 1.08. We have generals STEAM 1.08. Generals EA app 1.08. We have generals 0 hour, same for 0 hour. 0 hour. Uh, 1.04. Okay, so this is game. Then we have so we have game, we have game. XE has fake CSC. No. Yes. CD 1.08. Steam, I don't know. Unknown. Unknown. Actually, first decade. Let's say, is CSC compatible? CD 104. Unknown. Distributed by Genpatcher. Let's say Genpatcher dist, Gentour dist. Yes. Yes. Okay. Yeah. CSC compatible to I think what we can do is let's figure out Okay, let's launch. Let's open a command prompts. We go here and we run Steam 1.04 exe. Yeah, this. Ah shit! No, I launched it in full screen. Which you probably won't be able to see. Let me launch it in window. Once we get past the screens here. Okay, minus win minus quick start, yeah. Okay, and then we launch we start a session. And we simply in here, yeah. Okay, blah blah. Exits. Save replay. And we save it as Steam 1.04. Okay. Then we launch EA app 1.04. Skirmish, do the same. We have a replay. Okay. And then we exit the game, we save the replay, and that is version compatible. Look at that. Okay, EA app 1.4. Okay, that's good. Okay, and then we launch Generals CD 104. I don't know if that launches. That has a CD check in there. I think that won't launch. Huh. It actually launches. How is that possible? Oh. What? Huh? Well, why is this logging as a Thyme build? Oh, it injects Thyme. Hold on. Thyme DLL. I see. Okay. That was totally not on my radar. Let me delete Thyme here. Yeah, that doesn't launch. That doesn't launch because yeah. cd. Yeah. General cd 104 crack. Crack. Was that true? I think that is actually a TFD, isn't it? I think so. It is actually version compatible. Look at that. Okay. Oh, oops. So this is TFD 1.4 crack. Okay, so it looks like all these are actually compatible. That's really good. That is really good. Yeah. Cool. That is unexpected. Interesting. Let's check that in generals as well. Generals. Okay, so this is, yeah, okay, we launched these guys, okay. Okay, so we launched generals, CD 108, let's launch Steam first. Steam 108. Go to solo play, skirmish, play game. Okay. Okay. Then we exit game, save replay, and there will be this is grayed out, that's not good. EA. No, this is Steam 108. It says version 1.8. Steam 108. Let's launch EA app. EA app. Oh, that is not compatible. EA app 108. CD 108. Okay. So these guys are incompatible with each other. That's too bad, yeah. So this is CD 108. Okay, so just judging by the replays, it looks like the 0-hour executables, they are compatible. Yeah. Okay, so TFT CD Steam 1.08 EA app 1.08 CD 1.04 CD 1.04. The following was tested with replay compatibility. If replay shows white in replay lists, then exe CSC is assumed to be compatible. If a replay of a given version shows white in replay list in the replay list, then the exe CSC is assumed to be compatible. For 0 hour, we look to be very lucky. For generals, we have a bit of an upsetting situation. Bit of an unfortunate constellation. XECSC should be faked in VC6 builds in retail compatible VC6 builds. Distributed by okay, general CD, TFD, STEAM, EAF. CD, yes, yes, yes. I'm pretty sure that the first decade executable is definitely the same as this one, and for TFD, I'm pretty sure that these are exa compatible. I don't have a clean CD right now, but I'm pretty sure it was always like that. Let's see, general CD. So this is the original CD. Let me hide my image here real quick. Let me look into my Gentoo folder. There is I have all the executables here. STD, Steam, EAF, first decade. 7524. I need to run some tests here. My screen will remain blacked for the time being. Code me open this here. Yes. Generals. Oh, Jesus. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, let me launch. Here. CD 104. Okay. No. This one. Okay, let me go to game. No CD. Okay, there should be an update function here somewhere. I'm aware that you don't see anything, but yeah, that's the way it is right now. Sorry about that. Debug, attach to process. Generals, attach. Watch this. Supported. Yeah. eGame binary. eGame. Set H104 TFD, no CD. I think I should be. Let me stop the debug session here. Yeah. Let me close that and let me get this one here. This. We put that here. Let me me bring back my screen. Here, screen is back. Good. So now I have here an additional executable. Let me launch that. Okay, so this now should show to be replay compatible with the other 3 versions that we already have. Yep. Yep. And where's the other one? There. Yeah. Okay. It is absolute. So this one is the original CD 104 build, unchanged, original. Yeah. Okay. That is really good. Okay. For 0 hour, the situation is very good. For generals, not good. I need to sync with Legionnaire what we do about this. But okay, for 0 hour, situation is very good. Following was tested with replay compatibility. If a replay of a given version shows white in the replay setting, I assume. Okay. Add Legionnaire. Please check what we want to do about generals. For 0 hour, we are lucky. Yeah. Okay, cool. Good. Then what's next? After completing a game in any online multiplayer setting, some residual game data remains stored. This can lead to a game state mismatch in subsequent games. Yeah, but it's very vague. Don't we already have this reported in any transfer? GameCam is a multiplayer map containing a map.ini file. Map ini. Yeah, I think this I think this is covered by Spaghetti, Channels game codes. Closest duplicates. I think there already is a mod called Redux, right? Yeah. Good. What do we do next? I think next we can actually review. Let me see. So Mola, does he have anything pressing? No. Let me see. Is this change still relevant, or would it be superseded? Okay, let me go Sky Aero, if he has anything. Oh, that's not his name. Rosien. CNB. Would have been better if he used a better name. What is this here? Fixes garrison points not initialized before first use. Cause mismatch. Oof. Okay. Okay. This one will be auto closed. Yeah. Okay, let me search for okay, author Helmut. Okay, here's a number of changes open. Yeah, good. This one we do later. Fix mismatch and release build when logging is enabled. Fix game mismatch in team game when player surrenders. Yeah, okay. Make game start on the monitor that it is launched from. Game start. Leave the old behavior as the default. Leave the original behavior as the default. Okay. By the way, there was this one change with a no border. No border. Yeah. So was this being if. I think it would be neat to implement a logging that prints out all arguments when launching it on the command line. All possible arguments. Let me create a task for that. Implement printf print implement print of all command line arguments to console output. Implement printing all command line arguments to console output. Minor enhancements. Some future, just a side note, some future change. Okay. Okay. Then how big is this? Oof, 1000 lines. Okay, quite big reviews. Okay, so This change adds the ability to simulate a replay via command line and check for crashes and mismatches. To simulate a replay, you must place it in the replay folder and call the game like this: sim replay. The console output will be something like this: elapsed time, game time. Okay. Why these steps? Because it reaches 10 minutes, okay. So 99 minutes replay is played back in 3 minutes 14 here on this machine. As can be seen from that output, simulating a replay with game time 99 minutes takes about 3 minutes. Replaying it with fast forward and setting Gen 2 speed to 100x takes about 415. For real replays with many players, the difference can be much larger. The exit code will be 1 if an error or mismatch occurs and 0 otherwise. You can also supply sim replay multiple times in order to simulate multiple replays one after another. This change also adds another command line, jobs, when this option is supplied together with multiple replays to simulate. All replays are simulated in multiple worker processes. The number after jobs indicates how many processes to run parallel. This will run the first 2 replays in parallel, and as soon as one is finished, run the third. Simulating replays in separate processes can speed things up a lot if you want to check many replays. But it can also help prevent mismatches, because right now the game doesn't clean everything up perfectly after a game. Separate processes can speed up things. There are a few issues with this change. When calling a GUI application via command, Windows by default hides the console output. A GUI application via CMD runs the process in the background. This can be worked around with a bot like this: start BW sim replay. Eventually want to add a CMake option to compile the game as a console application. There are 2 hacks at the end of simulate replay list singer process. By the way, did I re-enable my screen? Yeah, I did. Prevent crashes during game shutdown. 2 hacks. Simulate replay list singer process. It's quite possible that at least one of those will be fixed by that. Yeah. By the way, why was this not merged yet? Okay, there's a comment here. Harm and force exit. What is this? rebase. Ends line 472. Open contain CPP. Open contain.cpp. Right. Open contain. Fix comment. Fix EA comments. Okay. Fixed. At Helmut, can you please check if this fix introduces new mismatch in game? Please test this change. Good. There will be 2 follow-up PR changes for this. One will add the ability to add much. Okay, so this is the first one we need to review then. Okay. Well, it's quite a lot here. Good. Let's review this then. So this looks very promising. I think I already mentioned I'm not a fan of like that this implicitly is headless. I think it would be cool if headless was still an option. Yeah. Let's review this. Okay, so replay simulation. Replace worker process. Replay simulation. Perhaps this is better named. Perhaps a better name for this would be replay simulator. Is simulator a word? Simulator, yeah, because other things are named like name key generator and module factory and manager. Basically names that describe an actor and not a thing, not a concept. Basically, these names describe actors and not concepts. Yeah. Typically you say like, okay, this is my manager class, factory class, a generator class, simulator class, right? And not a simulation class. I mean, it's fine. I would have named it simulator and not simulation. Yeah. Worker process, that sounds good. Okay, main int, okay. Simulate replay list. If not empty, simulate replay list. Simulate. Global data, simulate. Simulation playback. I guess comment goes to the front. Simulation playback. Simulation playback. I think on this note, simulation is fitting better here than simulator. Simulation playback. Simulation. But why does it have to be? That's weird. Why does it have to be a separate string? That is a separate enum value. That is weird to me. This looks weird. Yeah. Like you would think that the playback is just one thing, and then you could have a flavor, like, you know, have like recorder playback mode type, and then it's like regular, and then simulation, right? Yeah. Okay, so this is pretty straightforward. I think maybe I will remove this comment again here. I need to see more of this here. Maybe maybe this could be simulation replay files. Perhaps simulation replay files. Simulate replay lists. Because to me this reads like this replay list is being simulated, like simulation replay files. Perhaps simulation replay jobs. Simulation playback. Why is this a new enum value here? Should this not be a flavor for recorder mode type playback, such as CPP so basically we have these two, right? None. Well, let's see how it's used. Let's see how it is used. Yeah. Get frame duration. This should be const. Simulate replay. Okay. Const. Is playback mode. Const. Get replay extension. Yeah, static. Okay. Source CRC mismatch. Const. Playback frame duration. Okay. Okay. Replay simulation just has one function in it. Okay. Interesting. Vector, ASCII string, file names. Max processes. Simulate replay lists. File names. Perhaps simulate replace would be a simpler name. Doesn't like no need to call it list. Just simulate replays. Simulate a list of replays without graphics. Okay, this we look at later. Update headless. Okay. Update headless. Please move it out of the virtual block. Please move it below the virtual function block. Can move this before version.h for alphabetical order. Convert short replay paths to long replay paths. Valid replay name. Convert short replay paths to long replay paths. What? I'm confused. This function does not modify file name. Yeah, I don't know what the purpose is. Is it even used at all? Let me see. It is. But it's not modifying it, so it's just testing something. I have no clue what the purpose is. It doesn't make sense to me. Yeah, that doesn't make sense. Yeah, it would be good to be able to headless minus replay the replay to run replay without client, replay the replay to run replay with client. Yeah. Replay simulation. Yeah. Int. Okay. Exit code 0. Simulate replay list. Yeah. I kind of agree with this name here. I would just say simulate replay file names. Simulate replay. Okay, then this is unchanged. Delete. perhaps better. I suggest to keep minus headless and then be able to do let me put this comment actually here. And here we say, I suggest to rename this to minus replay for simplicity. Simulate each replay in a separate process and use up to n processes at the same time. If you do not call this, all replays will be simulated in sequence in the same process. If you have 4 cores, call it with jobs 4. Okay, that's fair. Replay simulation. Exit codes. Simulate replay. Ta-dam, ta-dam. That looks good. Run it. Game engine execute. Okay. Game engine executes. Is this a new function? Game engine execute. 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 I just realized in the name execute there's a name cute. And exe. Okay, it doesn't exist. Game engine. Oh, it does. Okay, never mind. Okay. Run it. Okay. I was about to say remove this comment, but it's an EA comment, so yeah, it's fine to keep it for now. It's not a very useful comment, but okay. Yeah. Execute. Does this have a return code? No. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I think this makes sense. Global data clear. This is not necessary. It is empty by default. Playback frame duration. Playback frame duration. I guess we can keep that because the other places also do this, and access a little bit as a documentation, I guess. Yeah, let me remove my comment. It is not necessary, but it's also not too bad to mention it here. Yeah. Recorder class, playback frame duration. Is the Generals exe from the EA app not compatible with the Generals exit from Steam EA app for replays? Yes. Also, what kind of inconvenience are we talking here? Is it just the text that goes gray? Then it's ultimately not a big deal. I think ultimately it's most important to keep things working best for the Steam version. EXE, CSC, mismatch, effects, network lobby, online lobby, replay list. EXE, CSC, mismatch, effects, network lobby, online lobby, replay list. It just is easiest to test in replay list. Remove the decrement of the contain list. Okay, what is this? Oh, this one looks wrong. Yeah, it looks wrong. I don't know why I have that kept in. It looks like I totally missed that, no? I mean, this will put it into negative territory. Yeah. I don't know what I was thinking there. Mm. Mm. Remove, say, fix contain list size, fix contain list size count in. Nice catch. Removed decrements. Removed. That would have caused mismatch. That could have caused mismatching. That likely would have caused mismatching. Okay. Okay. My words would still be to keep things working smoothest for Steam users, to make a change to allow for full compatibility. I don't think EA can do anything about it anymore. Steam. I think this does not apply in this case because General's Steam 1.08 is already abandoned by the 1.09 release. So GenPatcher and Gentoo are the only ones pushing to legacy executables. It would have been best if we never pushed Steam 1.08 to begin with. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, where were we reviewing? Right. Is playback mode. Update record. Update record. Is playback mode. Man, I cannot search for the symbol. That's a shame. Yeah. Doesn't work. Good, let me search it the other way. Okay. Playback frame duration. Playback frame. Simulate replay. File name. Playback file. Playback file, file name, if success, simulation playback. Okay. Print mismatch to console in case we are in simulate replay list. Can make this comment one line and not mention but say this can make this comment one line for space efficiency and not mention simulate replay list function, but states that this is a headless game run. That this is for a headless game run. We send the new game message here directly to the command list and bypass the message stream. That's okay because multiplayer is disabled during replay playback and is actually required during replay simulation because we do not update the message stream during simulation. Yeah, I don't understand why this is required. This needs some additional info. Append next command. What is this? What happened here? This looks wrong. Let me check this. If not, pen message. Let me see. Okay, I understand why I also saw this before. Yeah, it is kind of silly. Yeah. So if type is not that. Yeah, it's a good change because here it had like the duplicated uh, duplicated conditions, which makes it much more complicated. Mm. I agree with this simplification. The original codes is very error prone. Please move it to a new change. Please move it to a separate pull request. Error prone. Original code, let's call it brittle. Okay, I still don't understand why we have this simulation playback thingy. The command list, message list, message. Ah, I see. During replay bypass. Don't update the message stream. Okay, that's fair. I see. Okay, I see. So that's a difference. Is there any other difference? What's up with the formatting here? Can put this in one line. Where did this go here? let me get back here to simulate replace. I suspect that is append message, recorder class, append message. Let me see. Let me see this one here. Oh, I'm losing track of what I'm looking at here. Somewhere we saw this one comment, and now I can't find it again. I thought it was inside game engine update, but I can't find it anymore. I can't find it. We looked at some comments which explained why we didn't push it into the message stream, right? The command list. Let's search for that. Here. That's in this function. No? Game logic updates. suspect this is done for the same reason as explained in GameLogic updates. I do not think it's done for the same reason as explained in GameLogic update. I suggest to explain this on a class level that we want to push to the command list, as opposed to message stream. As opposed to the message stream. For reasons X. At the same, explain this on a class level that we want to push to, and not here for a specific appends, command appends. Then I also say at the same token, I suggest to change the call to the message stream in stop call playback as well, to make the behavior in this class consistent. This playback frame duration, what is that used for? Get frame duration. Total time. Okay. Frame duration. Get frame duration. Playback frame duration. It's a I suggest clarify that this refers to the max frame count in the playback. So just to clarify. I think, yeah, I mean, once you know it, but for me, I had to think like, what does frame duration mean? It should be playback frame count, not duration. think the original variable would be better called max frame counts, or total frame counts. Def be better called the total frame counts. Yeah, because when I look at frame duration, because frame duration is a bit confusing, as it implies that a frame has some time duration. Yeah, I think frame duration is a really confusing term for this. Total frame count would have been much better. Playback, total frame count. Yeah, but okay. Perhaps simplify to simulate replace. Okay, worker process has a start process, is running, is done, update, kill. Maybe call it a terminates. Terminates. Does it really kill? Let me see. Or terminate, or shut down. Because kill is not a good name for a process. Yeah. std output, exit code. 6 things, okay. Worker process. Oof. Where's the end if for this? If. Where's the end if? Here. Let's see. Okay. Okay. Fair enough. Okay. One, 2, 3, 4, 4. I see these members here. Does he have everything? Here. Handler reads job string Exit code done. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Start process is done false. Or clear, I think. ASCII string. Clear. Clear. Slightly more efficient. Or clear. Create pipe for reading console outputs. Okay, create pipe, okay. It's very Windows specific, but I think it has to because of VS6, right? Create process, and how it handles, blah, clause, read handler. Can we add these new files to core straight away? I say better add these new files to core straight away. Close handler, right handler, right handler. Create pipe. Where are we? Is this legal if create pipe has failed? Is this legal if create pipe has failed? Start process command. Process handle. return true, return false. If this fails, then the function results still true. Function return still true. Still meant to be true. Kill, terminate process. It really does terminate, okay? Terminate close handle. Clear. What's the time? 2:50. Oof. Okay. It's quite a big review. Yeah. Quite a big review. Some kind of atomic combat. While true. Call peak named pipe to make sure read file won't block. Peak named pipe. Read handle. Hold on. Read handle. Is this call legal if read handle is no? It looks like this path looks like it is theoretically possible that this is not, that this can happen. What is this running? It's running process handle, not null, okay. Read handle. While true. Worker process while true. who's calling this update here? What is this? Worker process update. I don't quite understand. This seems to be a blocking function, or how's this supposed to work? Start process. Then what? Let me search for start process. Let me search for updates. Aha, here. I think function naming convention in game engine is lowercase function names. Okay, so it calls this update, and then there's this while true loop, and it breaks if it can't do this. Bytes available 0, return, still running, okay. Not success, break. Concat. Okay. So basically it extracts the STD out of that, right? Perhaps move this loop into a new function and give it a name that clarifies the purpose of this loop. So I suggest move this loop into a new function and give it a name that clarifies the purpose of this loop. Yeah. Because when you just look at the loop, you're like, okay, what does it actually do? To me, it looks like it establishes a pipe to the other process. It reads the STD output and it puts it here into this buffer, right? And then it keeps on doing this and when the pipe is done, when is it done? When this one breaks or this one breaks, yeah, then it's done. Then the break and return statements can be given proper names in the function return type with the function return type. Yeah, I would name it and then have an enum like let me give an example. For example, reads process reads std out from process, and then it will have like reads results if results equals continue, then return if result continue, return. Yeah. Maybe you can just do it like this. CPP. I think this would be much easier to understand. Like you have this if read std out from process equals continue, and then it returns here this update, right? Otherwise, if it would not continue, then it proceeds down here and does this, finalization. Yeah. Read bytes 0. Minor. Zero. Char. Minor. Type. Are that buffer I is this the correct index position? Seems to be. It's probably safe because of this here. Maybe let's say array size buffer -1. Okay. Is playback in progress? Okay. Is this correct? I'm not sure about this here, because analysis perhaps code in analysis in progress needs to be adjusted instead. I'm not sure what is correct here. Looks strange. Play sizzle, okay. When we play a replay back in headless mode, we want to skip the update of game client because it's not necessary for CSC checking. But we do reset the particles. The problem is that particles can be generated during game logic and are only cleaned up during rendering. If we don't clean this up here, the particles accumulate and slow things down a lot and can even cause a crash on longer replays. Update headless, okay. Obsolete comments. Oh, this is a giant review. Yeah. It really is. Load screen. Loading save game and load screen. Fair enough. Some replay list. Pre-pause. Sim replay list. Why is that 2? some replay lists, and that look to seem to not belong into this change. Exit code, if not headless. I think this is wrong. I think this is wrong. Headless clients should still know about client instance. I would say multi instance. Say RTS multi-instance is a requirement for multi-process. Should still have individual clients should have individual instance IDs. RTS multi-instance is a requirement for multi-process. It would mean that debug builds initialize call client instance initialize, but release builds do not. Exit codes. That looks fair. Okay, I think I need to take a break here and then continue next session with this replay, with this review. It's quite a big one. Yeah. Mhm. Good. Yeah, I will take a break here. Then I wish you a great day or night until next time. Goodbye.